Unit 8, Test, Track 1.
We already use quite a bit of technology in police work. Of course, DNA analysis doesn't even seem that modern anymore, but it is, and we are using computers more and more as well. We can use 3D graphics to recreate crime scenes in a way that movies and photographs can't, and that gives us a much better insight into a crime. I don't feel I will be replaced by AI, though, as the world will always need detectives. But I do believe that new technology is going to make getting away with crimes much harder in the future.
Medicine has always been at the forefront of the development of technology. We already use a lot of high-tech equipment for monitoring and scanning patients, and we even have surgery now being assisted by robot technology. So I do think that eventually much of the work of doctors, particularly surgery and diagnosis, will eventually be carried out by machines. I don't think it will happen soon, but I think it's inevitable that the most difficult medical jobs will be done by machines.
As a teacher, I welcome technological innovation in the classroom, and I like to keep up with the latest developments. My interactive whiteboard really makes teaching much more interesting. Children need to use computers in a learning environment too, because they're going to be using them in every aspect of their lives when they're adults. I believe teaching will always be a human job, but I wouldn't say no to a robot teaching assistant. I think it would be very useful to have that kind of help. I don't feel under pressure in my job because of new technology, though.
I work in a factory that assembles cars. I know that my job will eventually be entirely replaced by a robotic machine. I think that's true for all manufacturing jobs everywhere. I understand why it might be better that machines do this kind of work, but there have to be other kinds of jobs for all the people who will be fired due to these advances. Governments need to start training people for the kinds of jobs that will be available to people like me in the future.
I work in hospitality, and I think this is the industry that is going to be least affected by the technological revolution in the workplace. There's no real way to do away with people like me. If you're a hotel chef, a tour guide, or some kind of entertainer, then these are jobs that can't be done by a robot or a computer. They need people. I think that there are going to be a lot of people training to work in things like the tourist industry in the future for that very reason.